Hey guys, first off, PSA, if you didn't know, Double Double Toil and Trouble is on Hulu for Halloween. I would check out that whole category. There's a lot of good choices. A lot of them are scary, but I mean, I did find the kids section, so good for me. Anyway, I think for once, this video, vlog, whatever, is going to be mostly positive. I will be bitching a little bit, but don't I always? But other than that, I think it's going to be mostly positive. It's been a pretty stressful, high anxiety couple of weeks. So I think in the last video I said about we were going to DC, and then I had the Oregon trip right after. That's all over with. That was last week, and I want to do it again. As stressful as it was, I feel like it was lots of fun, and I miss it. But there's just so much to tell, and I'm going to be making like a little collage of all of the photos that I want to show you, and I'm going to be doing a voiceover because I can't edit. I have to edit it on my phone, so I just got to use iMovie to make a little video of that, put it in here. So it'll be kind of awkward, but I still want to show you some of the photos since some of them are pretty. But once we got there, once we started doing what we were doing, it was much better. It was nice to do something, and I think as much as it stressed me out, it was nice because I was constantly doing something and I didn't really have time to think about other things or certain things. But my body is telling me, Amber, don't do anything like that ever again, because we literally left 5 a.m. on the Friday to go to DC, and I came home, worked Monday, and then we left Tuesday at 4 a.m. for Oregon, and we're there for 3 days. So I don't know how people do that as their job. Like, I don't know how they can come home one day and leave the next. Like, going the 3 hours was awful. But we'll start with the DC trip. It was really fun. I think I told you what we were doing, but Friday we left early in the morning and we got down there and we went straight to the zoo in DC, which was really nice. It's free to go, $25 parking, but it was perfect because there was 5 of us, so we each paid $5, and I think it was worth it. There were I didn't take too many pictures there because I was too intrigued, and I like to I took some boomerangs. If you follow me on Instagram, it's at Megastellar. I'll put it down below in case you want to follow my boring life on there too, if you don't already. But I was obsessed with the boomerangs at the zoo. But we spent a couple hours at the zoo, and then we got back. Getting to the hotel was another story because there were 2 lanes, and our hotel was up a road, and we were coming down the road, but to get to it, we had to go up this way to get over to the place. Like, you had to go like this. Well, the GPS didn't say that, so we had to go down, and then we went around. We had to go down some roundabouts, and we had to do some U-turns, and we went back, and then we missed it again. So then we had to go and do a roundabout for the 3rd time when we finally got up to the hotel. And then we just relaxed for a couple minutes, and then we walked to a restaurant called Logan's. It was really good. I had some I had chicken over this, I don't even know what it was, but the food was good. And then we got a cab to the bus tour, which was a night bus tour. We got to sit on the top. I felt so fancy, like we were on a tour to see all the neighbors' homes. She told me, like, who are you talking to up there? But it was cool to be up top like a tourist, like we were going on a house, like look at all the celebrities' houses, except for it was the monuments, and it was nice. But once it got dark, it was kind of like you couldn't really see anything unless you got off. But it was nice seeing things in the daylight and seeing them on the bus tour, because we did do the Segway tour the next day, which I was nervous about, and I think I said that before, but once you get on it and you just relax, and as silly as it sounds, become one with the Segway, you do calm down and you can go. Like, my legs and feet hurt so bad, but I still did it, and it turned out super fun. It was way better than walking or whatever. and it was much easier than I thought. And we were all professionals. Like, when we got an open, like, spot where we could go, we're all, like, zooming around like we're professional Segway drivers. But it was fun. So if you ever have the chance to ride a Segway, do it. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because my ass is the most uncoordinated person. But just remember to stay relaxed, because you have to stay, like, centered so you don't go forward or backwards. So that's the hardest part. And your feet will hurt. Your legs will hurt too, but you have to stay flat foot the whole time. But seeing all the monuments and all of the places, it was amazing. I have a couple photos will be in there. Because like I said, I was too busy listening and looking to take too many photos. And we also went to the Smithsonian, and that was nice because I'd been there before, but I really didn't have time to look at anything. Like, we had to rush through. Like, all we got to see was the animal section, and I ran up to see the Hope Diamond, and then we had to leave. So it was nice to go and be able to take our time and go through it, and that was nice. And then obviously we came back and we went to dinner. I don't remember where we went to dinner. Anyway, but then we came back, and a couple of us wanted ice cream, so we're like, there's this place that has boozy ice cream, which I don't think it was actually, it wasn't like the legit boozy ice cream. It just was made with booze and it was cooked out, so it wasn't like had liquor in it. I was kind of disappointed because we walked like a mile and a half and I was dying. I mean, the ice cream was good, but it was not worth that length of time. I'm trying to think, did we do anything else that day? I don't think so, because it was such a long, like, it's a long process. Like, the Segway tour was just like over 3 hours, so that took up a big chunk. And then we're in the Smithsonian for a while. But it was all so much fun. Like, it was nice doing it with a group of people, even though I was like the fifth wheel and I was left out a lot. I was like, whatever. It was still a lot of fun, and I tried not to let that get to me, because I always do. And then the drive home was pretty good. We stopped and saw a couple things, and we had a quick dinner. Sorry, you can see the mess in my back there. My house is a mess because of all this. Like, I hate doing stuff, and I was so blah to begin with, let alone not being here. Whatever. But then went to Oregon. I feel like this is so much to talk about in like a short amount of time, and I'm probably missing stuff, and I'm probably talking so fast. But it was nice because then I worked Monday, and then we went to Oregon. I picked Michelle up on Tuesday morning, and we had a 2.5-hour drive to the airport, and the flight was awful. Like, I had only flew to Florida. So then we were on a 2-hour flight, and then we had to get on another flight. And the one there wasn't bad, but the one back was a whole 5-hour flight at one time. So I was like, oh my god, my back is still killing me. It was awful. And my legs were so swollen, like from being in DC and standing and walking the whole time, and then being on a plane and not moving. My feet were swollen so bad. I was like, I'm gonna get a blood clot up in here. My arm's starting to hurt. But no, we got there, I think, because it's 3 hours back, so we got there, and we relaxed at the hotel, because it was like 3 o'clock, and our reservations for dinner were at 5:30. So we went back to the hotel rooms, which we all had our own hotel rooms. There's a little video. I'm sad that the audio didn't work on it, because it was me explaining how I was a booty guru, and I had my own hotel room tour. You know how they do, except for we're not in Bora Bora, we're in Oregon. But it was really nice. It was a double bed room. Like, it was really nice. And the place we went to dinner was amazing. Like, it was called the Blacksmith. So if you're in the Bend, Oregon area and you have not gone to the Blacksmith, save up your money, because you'll have to. It's expensive, but it's worth it. I had the surf and turf, and I have never had a better steak in my life. It was the biggest piece of filet. You'll see it in the photo. These people probably like, who are these people? Like, did they not get out? Like, do they never have food? Because, like, you're fat. You probably eat a lot. But the thing is, around here, we don't have good food. We don't have good restaurants. And, like, I don't think I'll ever have a steak like that ever again. It was so amazing. And, like, when everybody asked about the trip, I'm like, oh, the food was great. That's all I've got. I didn't, like, you know, who cares about the facility, which we went on the second day. The facility was amazing too. Like, you could go a couple times and keep finding out more information, because I feel like there's so much to see and learn. It's a reprocessing facility. Like, they take instruments, like disposable instruments, and they reprocess them, fix them up so you can rebuy them, and it's cheaper. It saves you money and the patient money, and I'm the ambassador for that. But I wish I could go again just to see the facility again, like to spend like a whole day with somebody instead of just seeing like really quick what they do, you know, things like that. And then when we got back, we went to Bend Brewing Company. I got a shirt from there, and we had a beer while we were waiting for our reservations at this sushi place, which is Five Fusion. Yeah. And there was mostly sushi, but I got a burger. It was a Wagyu beef burger, so I at least got a fancy burger, because I'm not really a sushi fan, but everybody else at the table got sushi. So, like, there was like 9 plates of sushi, or whatever you call them, flats. But I did try a couple pieces, and I did really like this one. It's the texture of the rice that gets me. I don't know. It's like the sticky rice. It makes me want to gag. But there's this one called the Steve Mcqueen roll. I don't know if it's just for there or it's like a general roll. But it was a smaller roll. I think there was crab and avocado in it. And then it had a crunchy coating, then a sauce, and then the macadamia nuts. And let me tell you, I had like 5 pieces of that because I think the crunchiness helped it. But everything there was really good too. And then we went back and we went out. And I think that's the only part I regret about the trip is we went out, me, Michelle, and the one rep went out for another beer. And I think it's because I was so tired. I got a little too drunk and I started saying things, personal things, like, not that it's an issue, but they're probably thinking, shut the fuck up. Like, I started talking about, I gave this short story about Sean, the less crazy story, and then I started talking about, like, we talked about suicide and drugs, and they're probably thinking, first off, you're a weirdo, and second off, I don't know, but that's the only thing I regret is I overshare all the time. So even if I wasn't drinking, I'd probably overshare. But then we came back and we had to get up at 2:30 to be at the airport by 4 for our flight. And I'm like, oh, no. But then we had our forever flight home, and luckily I was off Friday. I was on call the whole day, but luckily I was off so I could sleep in. I slept till 11:30. I think that's it. But now that I'm done explaining the trip, I will insert the thing here, the little video I made, so you can kind of get, like I said, I'll be a voiceover of all the pictures. You'll start with the DC stuff, and then it'll go to the Oregon stuff. There's not very many pictures from the Oregon trip, so I'll just like do like a couple minute thing describing that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so first we went to the zoo. This is a lion. He don't care. And then we're to the tiger, which was working for me. He was my favorite so far. Some of the videos and pictures are going to be cut off because of the way this is going, and I don't know how to fix it. But here's some apes eating gorilla. Apes, monkeys, I don't know, but it's cute with the boomerang, mama and baby. And this is one of the orangutans up on these wires they have. It's kind of scary. Then there's me. You can barely tell, but there's the filter on there. It says Smithsonian. But no, it doesn't say Smithsonian. Whatever. This is the leopard. This is literally the only picture because they're my favorite, so they're hiding. Then you have the seals, which were definitely very working the camera. They loved it. Then we went to dinner, and this is the drink I had. It says Manhattan because I'm in the city, and it was freaking awful. I chugged it. Then we went on our tour. This is the Capitol building. This is from the bus tour. And this is me taking a selfie on the bus tour. You obviously can't see the Capitol building behind me. This is just a quote on the side of one of the buildings. Some of these places I don't know. The pictures just looked cool. Like this place, I don't know what it is, but I want to go in there. It looks amazing. Then this is the best picture I could get of the White House. This is as close as we could get. We weren't allowed to get closer. But here's the Washington Monument. There'll be a better picture later. Then we went to the World War II Memorial. This is just a couple pictures from there. You can hardly see anything at night, but it just looked so cool with all the lighting. There's another one of the Washington Monument when we were at the memorial. And of course I had to take a picture of the Pennsylvania wreath because obviously. And then we went to the Lincoln Memorial, which is my favorite, so that's why there's the most pictures for this place, because he's my favorite president. I love Abe Lincoln. Yes. And like this, this selfie's ruined. You can't even see all of me. But anyway, sorry for all the pictures from there. I can't help myself. And then I took a picture from the stairs, like with the reflection pool and the monument and the four-way. This is the FDR Memorial. I just thought this was a cute photo. And this is literally the only picture I got from the Iwo Jima Memorial because we just drove past it. Then, this is the next day we went to Smithsonian. So I have a few pictures from there. This is a coral. I love the coral. Like with the lighting, it looks amazing. This is a giant squid. I know, pretty cute. Then there's me being a tourist behind the big jaws of this shark. Here's like, I don't know if you can see, but it's like the main photo you see all the time. This was just freaking cute. Like, it's a crazy face. Look at him. And the leopard was amazing. Look how cute he looks. He looks so proud. Look at my deer. Antelope. Then we went into the rocks and gems, and I took so many photos here, but the ovals are my favorite. But there's just a couple of photos of different rocks and stones, and we could have spent forever in there, but we didn't have enough time. There was so many. Then there was a new narwhal exhibit, and on the wall it had like a rhino narwhal like thing together. I don't know why that was between them, but here's another opal. And this piece was my favorite piece. Like the way it looks, it's so pretty. And then I had to pose, of course, in front of the big geo rock, whatever. And also, if anybody wants to get me this tiara, go ahead. And this is the penny I made. Obviously, it was $1.01, not 50 cents. And this is the Hope Diamond. It's like the heart of the Smithsonian, not the ocean. But I don't know why these are going out of order. Whatever, but it's pretty. And then this is the necklace I want. So I don't know if I'll show the whole necklace, but you can get it from me. Then here are just a couple of pictures that we took. Washington Monument on the Segway. This video is upside down, tour.
And
there's no audio. Woo-hoo! But hey, you get the point. This is the Jefferson Memorial. Somebody was getting wedding photos here, which I thought was cool. This is me on the Segway, at least what you can see me on the Segway. And then this is the Martin Luther King Memorial, which there should be more of the Jefferson Memorial, but whatever. This is me doing a freaking badass move on the Segway, like they do in the movies, like, oh, cut me off. The video is longer than that. I like this quote. And this is the Jefferson Memorial again. Sorry, this is all over the place. And then this is the Korean War Memorial, half of it. I didn't think this through. Then there's a couple of us at the FDR Memorial on the stones getting a photo. And then there's the whole group. It's kind of like a homecoming photo, prom photo. And then this last picture is all of us on our Segways at the Lincoln Memorial. And I think we look pretty BA. And this is the Mahi Mahi I had. It's amazing.
Oh,
and then now we're on to the Oregon trip. And this is the
guru,
video I said where I was doing the Booty Guru tour.
Oh my God,
I'm showing you my hotel room.
I'm gonna have to change it.
I wish you could hear it because I was going like,
refrigerator,
and I was with TV and a microwave and a fridge.
Don't know what that
but
is.
Like,
look at this desk,
I thought it was really cool. Plus you get a warm cookie on check-in and check-out.
I can have a potty in here later.
I love that.
What's the view? Not the best,
there's just me rambling
still
on.
Good.
These are out of order, but this is me in my outfit that you can't see. So, oops. This is the steak I was talking about, the best meal of my life, and it was amazing, and my mouth was watering. This is a jalapeno martini. Big mistake. It was freaking spicy. This is us before we went out. That's Michelle. That's whose wedding I'm going to. Why are some of these longer than the other? This is us again. And these are all out of order. And this is the Wagyu beef burger I got, which was amazing too. It had coleslaw on it. This was the Steve McQueen sushi. So if you've had this before, let me know. It's amazing. And there's just a picture of all the sushi we had. And finally, this is a picture I took from the plane, which I thought was so pretty at how it had the mountain and the plane in it. Thank you for watching. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, it's probably weird me having a talk through of photos and not a video montage, but I didn't really take any videos because it was hard enough for me to like concentrate to take photos. And I'm sorry this is super long. I think maybe it's because it's a more positive vlog video that I have more to say, because I know I'm bumming you guys out, and they're like, I still want to make that other video about Sean and because there's days that go by that I'm totally fine, and then there's days it's like all I can think about, any little thing like sets me off. I look at a leaf and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of this thing. So some days I'm good, sometimes I'm not, but I still want to make a video. But I wanted to have a nice video because some days I've been feeling pretty good, and like going on this trip was fun even though it was stressful, and I really like doing that. But then today, well, yesterday I went to my mom's house. We went to dinner last night and we had some drinks, and she had a couple of her friends come over and we had fun, and I drank a little too much. And then we went to a flea market today, which was a bust because it was all muddy. It's the last one of the season and there was hardly anybody there. It was kind of upsetting. But I got a couple things. I got this ring, which I really like. This fit doesn't do it justice. It's like a turquoise wire ring, and I really like it because I can never usually find like handmade jewelry that fits precisely because my fingers are so fat, and usually they're smaller sizes, but this one fits really nice. Like, it's could be a little loose, but like since it's been warm, it's fine. And I got a phone case and a pop socket. Like, it's definitely old, you can tell because it's kind of faded, but it was only $2, and I'm like, yes, thanks. But then, since that was a bus, we drove up the road to this country store, and I got, oh, I didn't bring it in, but I'm going to a wedding next weekend, which I'm pretty excited about. Michelle, the girl that was with us on the trip, her wedding is next weekend, and I'm wearing my dress, which is probably going to be 90 degrees, and I'm going to die. But I was going to get him a gift card, but then I saw this sign, and I'm like, I don't know if she's going to like it, but they're building a new house, and it says, "This is us, our home, our life, our family," or whatever. I don't know. It says some cute stuff, and I was like, well, that'd be cute because they might want to decorate. Because at first I had this little block that said Mr. and Mrs. and you could put a photo on it, but then I thought they're probably going to get picture frames and stuff like that, so I don't want to get something like, I wanted something different but also cute, you know what I mean? So hopefully she likes it, and I'll ask her. If she doesn't like it, I'll take it and I'll get her something different. But usually I give money, but I'm poor, so I got this. I mean, the sign wasn't cheap either, but I'd rather do that. And then we got a bottle of wine there because they sold wine, so we tasted some wine, and I got a black raspberry wine for when I go to Danielle's house. And then we went to a moonshine distillery that was up there that we hadn't gone to before, and it was, oh my God, I'm gonna die. My house is a mess. Ignore everything. There, you can't see everything. But it's called Blackbird Distillery, and the setup is so cute there. Like, it's all like rustic, kind of like hillbilly theme, and they have so many different kinds, but you're only allowed to taste 3 because obviously it's real moonshine. Like, it would kick your ass. So I tried the coconut, pumpkin spice, and we tried the chocolate banana. Mom ended up getting the chocolate banana, and I got the coconut. And I want to go again because I left my cup at Mom's house. You could get little souvenir cups with a drink in it for like $5.50. And we got the orange creamsicle one. Oh, it was so good. So we'll have to go back and get the mix for the drinks to do it. But we spent more money on booze than we did at the store. Then we came home and we took a little nap, and now I'm home, and I have all this stuff that I should do that's been building up from before. Oh, because I had a show this weekend too. That's what I did yesterday. I had a craft show, which was a failure. I mean, I sold more than I thought, but I didn't get to make a lot because this weather's been so humid and awful. So I was kind of disappointed about that. I don't know. Anyway, but to be more all over the place, I want to show you my pilgrim that I made at the paint and sip. I don't know, this is awful lighting, but I made this pilgrim at the paint and sip, and I'm pretty proud of it. I'm doing snowman's head in 2 weeks on the 18th, I think. But this, I'm so proud of how it turned out. Like, I feel like such an artist. I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, so this is the Pilgrim Turkey, and I thought it turned out so adorable. And like, you can see, like, I did some like, what is it, dry brushing. Like, look at those buttons. Like, I think I did amazing on those buttons. Like, the eyes too, hello. Freehand, and then the little bunch of beads and stuff. That's so cute, and I just think the whole thing is adorable, and I'm pretty proud of it, you know. And this big bag of Swedish fish on my couch, but mostly the turkey. So yeah, I'm sorry that this video like is all over the place, but at least it's a positive video, and it's super long. didn't mean for that to happen. But I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope that you can see that there's a little bit of positivity in me. I know I've been so negative lately, and I can't help it. Like, it's not something I can just get over, because I was negative before, and everything is amplified because of the situation, but I'm trying to make the best of it. And I think the last couple weeks have helped for doing stuff, and like doing the paint and sips and going places. Even though I'm poor, I still want to try to do stuff, and it's nice. So I'm trying to do better myself. It's gonna take a while. Nobody's perfect. Next video I'm gonna probably be crying, but I wanted to give you guys a nice vlog for once, so you had something. And if you made it the whole way through this video, I am proud of you. I love you, and thank you for watching it. But until next time, I hope you guys have an amazing week, amazing day, weekend. I don't know when this is gonna go up, but I hope you enjoy your day, and it's amazing. And again, Double Toil and Trouble is on Hulu. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.